All over Santiago, long lines lead up to new mobile vaccination centers to speed up inoculations, especially for people under 30 who are now eligible. But the motivation for many of those getting their jabs is not just fear of infection.
Health is important, but I also want to get the mobile pass because they say it will let us work and move around freely despite the pandemic.
The mobile pass, or green passport, was implemented this week to allow people who've been fully vaccinated to skip many of the restrictions that apply to everyone else. They include going out whenever you want and traveling to other regions without a police permit, which might explain why Santiago's bus terminal is packed. In Poland, they're raffling cars to reward those who are fully vaccinated. Here in Chile, it's this mobility pass that's the incentive. But the problem is that the Sinovac Chinese vaccine, which is what's most used in this country, is turning out not to be the silver bullet that many had hoped. As in Israel, more than 50% of Chileans have been fully inoculated. But unlike in Israel, infections here continue escalating, up 60% in the last 2 weeks here in the capital. The difference, say epidemiologists, is the type of vaccine that's being used in each country.
Sinovac's vaccine is not very effective in eliminating the circulation of the virus. It reduces symptomatic contagion by 50 to 67%, as opposed to, for example, the Pfizer vaccine that has around 95% efficacy in preventing contagion.
The Sinovac vaccine is extremely effective in preventing serious cases of coronavirus, which in turn saves lives. There's also consensus that any vaccine is better than none. And the Chilean government is the only one in Latin America that's been able to acquire enough to inoculate the entire population. But allowing people to move around more freely with the virus still circulating out of control is premature, says the Doctors Guild.
The government must make a really scientific and technical analysis of the measures they are implementing right now. And knowing that most of us are vaccinated with Sinovac, well, we must deal with all the other measures and not a green passport.
That means better social distancing in public transport, using proper face masks, and waiting until almost everyone is vaccinated before testing the waters for greater social mobility. Lucia, Newman, Jazeera, Santiago.